Okay, so after all the little, I guess not really issues the last time putting this thing together, but more inconveniences, we figured it was going to be best if we fire this thing up before we get it in the K5.
Well, and plus we want to.
There's that.
Yeah.
You know, we want to hear it run before we spend all the time of swapping it in there and all that stuff. So I've never fired an engine up on an engine stand before. Shawn has. So he's fitting to teach me something.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to teach you anything. Teach you maybe not how not to do it. But, shit, there it is. I've never fired a big block this high off the ground before. So there's that.
Is that a problem?
It could be. I don't really know. This thing's heavy and it's got a lot of torque, and if you rev it up, it could throw it off of all this. So we're gonna, take it easy.
So it'll be interesting either way then.
I mean, it's gonna be a good time no matter what. If this thing does fall off of here, I'm gonna go.
Damn.
You know, I was afraid of that.
Yep.
And then that's it.
Yep. And we'll pick it up and
pick it up, fix whatever we cave in. Probably gonna be the headers, probably break the fall.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to work. So we had to go and get all kinds of stuff for this that we didn't have. Ooh, look at that. I think that's gonna work. All kinds of stuff that we didn't have for this thing. All the little bolts. I probably should have put some washers on this deal, but I'm not going to. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to.
Looks like we're going to.
I'm gonna put some washers on this deal. I would not put this thing on without washers on it.
Just won't do it.
I won't do it. Will not do it. So we went and got all the little stuff that we're gonna need to make this deal run. We went and got a little 4 to 7 PSI fuel pump. We got some fuel. We got some fuel line, which we had from last time we made the donk run.
Mm-hmm.
We got a carburetor, Aiden's old carburetor from his Chevelle. And basically we're gonna fire it up, hear it run,
and slap it in
listen to it. I might, mess with the valves a little bit if they're loud. Just make sure that it runs. And then I'll have a peace of mind. Not that I don't think the thing's gonna run, but I kind of want to hear it. We don't have the motor or anything out of the K5 yet. And this is something that I feel like we can do in, 30 minutes probably. And it is a good waste, an acceptable waste of 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do it. What are you doing?
Picking the foil out of that exhaust port.
Snugged her right up there. So, you're kind of our wiring guy. We need, so basically, we need not a very big wire that runs to the coil on the distributor.
No, this is for the starter.
Boom. We need to go, I already got bolt on it. We need to go from there to the battery. And then we need a smaller one, ish. Doesn't have to be big like that. To go to, I don't know, this one or this one. We'll figure that out once we do it. Actually, we don't even really have to. We could probably just jumper it. Stick a screwdriver in there and jumper it if we want to.
That's how I used to start my mower when I was a kid.
Yep. And then, so we'll need, if we're gonna do it that way and not touch a little wire to the hot side of the battery, then we just need 2. We need one from the distributor going to the battery and then the hot right here. And then whenever we're done, we can just pull the distributor wire off and it'll kill it. So we need that, and then a ground to go to, I don't care, any bolt anywhere in this deal. And we should be good. Oh, look at this. We can put a nut right on the backside right there. Put a ground on it. Okay, so while he does that, I'm going to drop the distributor in, put the carburetor on it, run the, We're also gonna need a line to go to the fuel pump. So we can put that real close by the battery though. While he wires all that stuff, I'm gonna put the carburetor on it, drop the distributor in, put the headers on it.
We'll have this thing cranked up in a couple hours.
And then that's it. No, no, this is no time. This is a piece of cake. We need something better than this. Holding that deal though, that scares me.
That's the part we're gonna worry about.
It does scare me a little bit. No, hey, if this breaks this porcelain, this whole deal right here is just gonna spin on this.
That'd be sweet.
That'd probably be best case scenario.
Yeah.
But I figure about the time it gets to right here, this whole deal's gonna tip over. It's not real sturdy.
No.
But this isn't the smartest thing we've ever done.
It's also not the
dumbest.
No.
So we'll be good. Pressure. Or if it's leaking.
Moment of truth.
Well, we're gonna roll it over. We don't have any coil on it yet.
It's not go time yet?
No, let's roll it over and we'll see.
Okay, rolling over of the engine.
Got oil pressure. Okay, are we ready?
Plug the fuel pump in or not?
This, as long as it don't get into the...
It shouldn't. It's on the outside of the...
I'm talking about the flex plate.
Yeah, roll it up on the top side of...
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thing's gonna be close to the header.
Oh, Oh, they're laying all over the header.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
That's that.
Just uneventful as hell, just like I thought it would be. So
fired right up, like first revolution. This thing was running.
Shit like that fires up that quick, it scares the shit out of me, and it makes me feel like I've watched people on videos fire something up that quick, and I go, oh man, they fired it up already.
Yeah.
You know, this is the second time that they fired it up. But just so that everybody knows, if we fuck up, you're gonna see it.
Yeah. Gives y'all something to laugh at.
Yes. So we didn't. I mean, shit. I didn't even get it 180 out. Like, that's kind of my thing.
I mean, recently, yes.
It's kind of my thing to get the cars 180 out on the first try and then do it the second time. So.
All right, well, time to.
I'd like to know what the timing was in it, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'd like to know, but it had to have been pretty close.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah.
Nice and responsive.
Well,
get the little one out and put the big one in.
So basically, this is the reason we did this was, well, first off, to make sure everything was good with the motor. It obviously is, or it is while idling. But we did this because we are so brand new to, we've never put any fuel injection. We've never used the Holley Sniper before. And the Holley Sniper will be here in a couple of days. And I wanted to know for sure that this thing ran. I may actually leave the carburetor on it, get it in the K5, drive it around a little bit with this carburetor, and then figure out if I have any problems that way before we swap over to the FI. Because I don't want to be that guy that we get this thing put in and then we blame everything on the FI. So if we have any problems, I want to know that before we convert over to the FI, because most people who buy the Sniper product is already going to have it in their car and they're just wanting to convert from a carburetor over to EFI. So I think it'll be cool. I think it's going to be a cool project, and I think that it's one of those things where once we get this in here and the new transmission and we check out the what's that called? The transfer case. Mm-hmm. And all that stuff, then where do you stop? You're probably going to want to keep going and probably end up rebuilding the rear end. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it runs. But this is definitely a badass start.
So yeah, I'm going to do a 40 by 60 for the house.
Yeah?
Yep.
What do you think?
Yep. Sounds great.
So that was your first time seeing it on this?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It moves a lot though, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we put that strap on there.
This strap on here. This thing right here is tight right now. Look, it's moving the header. I do feel like if there wasn't a bolt in this deal, it would spin this whole motor upside down.
Which would have been cool also.
It probably would have been cool, and the fans probably would have thought that was cool, but I don't want to have to pick this thing back up.
It's heavy.
So
the big block fired up. Sounds great. No leaks, no knocks, no...
Not anymore.
Yeah, no leaks anymore. So that thing is ready to drop in for the most part.
We think it is.
You know,
we're not real sure. Just kind of by looking, it looks like the small block attaches right here. So hopefully we don't really have to do anything else.
Yeah.
Except put it in. We may have to find an assortment of the right motor mounts or something. I don't really know, because I don't know if I've ever went from a small block in one of these to a big block. Anything's doable.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be okay, but I just don't know how much work we got to go through.
So now the work is to make dropping that thing in easier. Shawn's gonna pull the front end off this old K5.
That'd be way easier. So literally, I don't know how many bolts. There's probably 2 behind here. I don't even know if there's one in the door jam. I had the front end off of this thing before. And so chances are, if it takes 6 bolts, there's only 4 in it anyways.
That's plenty.
Since I did it the first time.
Plenty, just like bell housing bolts.
Yes. So there isn't any here. There's probably 1 that goes through this way under here. Probably 2 here. And I don't think that there's actually any. Nope. Oh, that might be one right there in the inner fender. But like I said, I've had these all off before whenever I put these body panels on it. And that wasn't but, I don't know, what, 6, 7 years ago? Was it 6, 7 years ago?
Probably 3 or 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess we could look at the tag. I don't think they ever tagged it. But anyways, it hasn't been that long. So we'll get all that out to where whenever we get in here, we can really get in here.
Just get all up in this thing.
Just get all up in it and make this deal happen. So as far as wiring goes, I'm not gonna pull any of the wiring out. Right there. Boom.
Just
pull this harness.
that goes into the side, into the inside. That looks nice and clean. Like it'll just pop right out of there.
Oh yeah, no, and it's not gonna snap any of the wires off. You can literally just grab these wires, shake them like this, and pull them out, and it ain't gonna break none of them.
Hell yeah, I ain't
they're
gonna
not.
solder
They're
any of
not
them back in the
brittle.
plug or
They're
nothing.
not. Nothing.
No.
So this thing has aged well. So at one point, this thing had a snowplow on the front of it. So that's why it's so rusty, I'm sure.
I've seen some things, man.
But it is cool.
It is.
I don't care what
really
anybody
cool.
says about this thing. I like it. I think it's cool.
I know somebody like it.
I know somebody like it. So
that's dangerous.
It is.
all
It
get
is,
out,
especially,
though.
you know, and it don't really cool anything being
Yeah.
from here to here. So while we were outside before we pulled this thing in, I went ahead and cut the hose right there.
Drained it into a plastic pan that we could dump.
It was just
into
water.
a container.
It was just water. In case the EPA's listening, it was just nothing but muddy water.
Oh,
So I've always thought that this thing, I've never really checked timing or done anything with this motor, but even whenever I had it, it didn't really run very good. And that's the reason I'm not worried about messing with this small block. In my opinion, I don't know a whole lot about them, but I think this one's a 283. And I think that because I think whenever I got it, I had to put a balancer on it. And the balancer for the 283 is different than the 307, the 305, the 350. Somebody can probably correct me on that, but
I'm sure they will.
no, they're not. They're gonna talk about my toes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Are your toes red? So,
Bitch, they might be.
yeah, they could be, man. So, we're just gonna get it out of here. We're gonna fix the glitch.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna make sure that the, what is it, 205 transfer case?
I think so.
Is gonna match up with our Turbo 400. We gotta put, I'm guessing that the electric fuel pump and all that stuff comes with the sniper kit.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't really know.
I don't either. But at some point we gotta find somewhere in line to put this deal.
Where's the tank? Didn't we put a tank in this thing?
Yeah.
It goes up under the back, right?
Yep.
We could probably do an intake
What, the
or
Southern Kentucky Classics?
Yeah, you got
The
it.
same people that we got right over there. I think I could read that from here is the reason I said their name right.
Oh, yeah. I don't
But-
believe that you can read that, but
Really?
that is what it says.
Southern Kentucky Classics? Maybe it's just that I know what it says, and so I feel like I can see it.
Yep.
But, yeah, no, they sent us a big badass radiator. Get rid of this cheesy. Thing takes a little beating, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
Didn't even really dent it up
No.
that bad. So,
I think it's a piece, though.
oh, dude, that thing ain't cooling nothing.
No,
I seen a Banshee with a bigger radiator on it than that.
it ain't no lie.
So, I did, whenever I had the front end off the first time, I rebuilt the whole heating, and the heater and everything worked like a champ in this deal. So I
Good.
shouldn't have to mess with it.
It's a good winter rig.
That's all this thing is a winter rig. Or, you know,
Summers
you
in
can pull the top
Colorado.
off. You can pull the top off, you know. It definitely ain't a 100-degree weather rig.
Yeah.
Because when you have the top off, man, the sun's beating down on you, it's hot. Okay, so the worst thing I'm gonna have to do here is pull the front bumper off. And it really looks like I've had the bumper off before. I don't really remember. But these bolts look, you know, sort of fresh. And it almost looks like I can get to some of them from under here, from up here. Instead of getting on my back.
All right, tear this thing down. What's up guys, Phantom here. I'm on a little solo mission today. I'm up here in Tulsa again, you know, where I went 430s the other day in the OG, no big deal. Anyways, Shawn brought me up here and then had to haul ass to, Aiden is in a baseball tournament. So he was running a little bit late. We didn't have time to turn the camera on. Anyways, picking up a truck for Aiden. Gonna be his first truck. He just turned 15 this year. Obviously 16 next year, and boy needs a truck. So we found one of the guys that we used to race with. He just happened to have one up here in Tulsa. I seen it on Facebook, sent it to Shawn. He said, yeah, we're gonna have to get that. So here it is. 2008 GMC. Got the 5.3 4L60 unfortunately, but that'll change. Little work truck package here, but it's got power windows and locks. It's been lowered, I believe 3.5. Nice clean interior. We'll probably put some you know, some leather stuff in here so it cleans up a little better, but you know, it's got the normal dash cracks, stuff like that. But overall, nice little truck. I would have probably killed to have something like this when I was 15, 16 years old. So nice little starter truck. He should enjoy this thing. I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back to the shop, and then I believe Shawn's probably gonna go pick him up in it later on this evening whenever he gets home from the baseball game. So this is it. I imagine this will turn into a project like everything else we have. So stay tuned.
Okay, so I'm driving Aiden's new truck. I'm headed out to Union City to pick him up. He had a baseball game today. He doesn't know that I'm coming to get him in the truck. So I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna be in it. This is actually the first time I've driven it. You know, it's, he's got a lot of work to do. It's still a nice truck, but you know, a bunch of little things. This seat right here is all ripped up. The seat that I'm sitting in is all ripped up. So, you know, just little stuff. But everybody's like, oh, why don't you give him your white truck? He really wants it. He really wants it. I bet he does. I mean, that white truck is nice, real nice. And look, I don't got the money to give a 16-year-old, he's not even 16, 15-year-old kid, you know, a $20,000 truck. This is a $7,000 truck, and that's still way more than I ever got. So he can put time, blood, sweat, tears, all that stuff into this one, you know, just like we did his Chevelle. So it's got a lot of miles on it, which miles don't matter to us. We don't really care. We all know with 260,000 miles, this 4L60, it's on its way out anyways. Those things are on their way out before 100,000. So I'm sure we won't even mess with it. It does have a 5.3. It's a 08. It's got the 5.3 4L60. We will probably look around about like we did my Wagoneer and find a 6-liter 4L80 combo that come out of a 2500 HD truck or something. And then we'll put a cam in it and then shove it in here at some point. I don't know when. He still has 8-9 months. Yeah, 9-10 months till he turns 16. So he's got all winter to work on this deal, or all summer when he's not playing baseball. Has little things like when Hook lowered this deal, the guy that we bought this from, he obviously didn't get the front end line because it is hunting. Like the steering wheel's all over the place. It's I know it's not that windy, and I am rocking all over the place. Dash is cracked. Not a big deal. They're cracked on all of them. I'm not even too upset that the windshield is broken, because it has this tint strip across the front. And you gotta remember, he's 16, and in Oklahoma, that is a 100% I want to get pulled over, having this strip on here. You know, just little stuff like that. We'll probably get a Denali front end for it, at least the Denali grill for now. It's been lowered 3.5, so that's totally fine for him. 3.5 that's a good ride height for a 16-year-old kid who's gonna pull up to a convenience store and roll right over the parking blocks. We'll find him some, you know, probably some OEM style stock, you know, and when I say OEM style, I'm talking honeycombs, snowflakes, the Texas edition. We'll find something like that in probably a 22 or something, and that way it's got I like all those wheels. That's actually what I put the Texas edition on my little white truck. And eventually, you know, the thing will be clean, and it's already pretty clean, but white mirror caps, white door handles, probably end up getting the white step bumper off of the newer truck for the back. Just little stuff like that. I mean, that's the stuff I would do to it. Aiden may have a totally different outcome. He may want to do none of the stuff that I want to do to it, and that's fine. I'm gonna let him. He's gonna do it all anyways, so I'll let him make the decisions on what he wants to do. At some point, and probably near future, he's gonna want a stereo. He's gonna want some subs, and I get it. I would too. I would definitely do the seat swap in this, just like I did in mine. I don't know if you could tell or not, but everybody knows my rule. I have to look out the middle of the window, and with these non-power seats, I look above that. So that's part of the reason that I got the upgraded seats in mine, because they're electric. These are manual, and the electric ones, you can set them down lower. I'm sure all the big guys out there like me, they understand that part. But other than that, it seems to go down the road pretty good, other than, you know, the steering wheel hunting. Not a lot of wind noises. Radio sounds terrible. I could keep going, but I don't want Aiden to watch it and think this truck's not nice, because it is a nice truck. Damn sure better than I had whenever I was 16 or 15. But AC works, heat and air, that's a plus. If you got AC, spoiled is what that's called. So, power windows. Basically, this is a work truck model with a V8 and power windows. It's got matte floors in it, which so did my little truck, and I put carpet in it. It's a pretty easy thing to do whenever you're already swapping the seats out anyways. So if that's what Aiden wants, we'll probably end up doing it. But, you know, for a 16-year-old kid who is going to play, he's going to get in here with his nasty cleats and all of his dirty, muddy stuff, because him and his buddies go fishing and shit out here. So, you know, and this isn't going to be a truck where I yell at him all the time for him to clean it up. This is going to be his. So once I give this to him, we're going to let him do what he wants with it. But I'm sure at some point I'll have a little influence on what he does to it. He going to want a cam in it. He going to want an exhaust on it. all the stuff that I would want, and all the stuff that him and his buddies are actually doing. He's got 4 or 5 buddies right now. He's the youngest one. They are all really close to being 16, and they all have trucks, single cab trucks like this. Either this body style, the body style, you know, his best friend Dalton has a cat eye, and they sit in the shop and they polish them and clean them and put the smoke tail lights in them and all that stuff that they like to do. So that's fine, totally fine with that. I think it's awesome that him and his buddies can all sit around and they all love doing the same stuff. So we're almost here. I don't know if the bus is even here yet, but I'll turn this back on whenever I see the bus pull in, and we'll see what he thinks whenever he sees it. All right, check it out. Tell me what you think. We got some work to do. You got some work to do. Yeah. See y'all later, man.
First thing is caps and door handles.
What?
Huh? That's the first thing is caps and door handles.
Caps and door handles is first thing? You hadn't even heard the radio yet. How do you know that's the first thing?
Radio back.
It's not great. Huh?
Smoke tails.
Nah, we'll see about that. It's not bad though, huh? You know, it's got a few little dings in it, you know, but
It's gonna have those.
yeah, I mean, you're gonna do that to it anyways. But no, you're right. Door handles for sure. Mirror caps for sure. Okay, drive.
Oh.
You're gonna drive it.
Always that cop right there.
What cop?
That sits at the corner.
Oh no, look at this. Hey, roll my window up. Are you serious? The other one.
Man.
Roll that one down. Roll. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, at least that one works.
Nope,
Man, it's gonna be a cold ride home if this window don't go up.
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Alright. What? Go that way and then
I
turn?
don't care where you go. So I rolled the window down and it don't roll up. Man. Is it a good ride home?